Hey there, Drawyah here, and we are terribly behind schedule, yes. Taking flights in the Airbus A320neo in JetStar colours, on flights from here in Sydney to Hobart. So flying south today, out of the largest city here in the island nation of Australia, down to the island of Tasmania. Now, place we've not actually been to yet in the old flight sim, so new bit of scenery, new bit to terrain to look at. We've got scenery at both airports, so whilst you're using the FlyTampa Sydney and the NZA Simulations Hobart International. Yeah, it should be a pretty good flight overall. Also getting quite busy here at the old domestic terminals in Sydney. 777 and a A380 squeezing in next to our A320 here. So, set the aircraft up. Like I said, we are terribly behind schedule due to a few technical issues before the stream started. I should actually have been, well, I should have parted about 20 minutes ago, plus the aircraft setup. So, set everything up, no smoking line. It's on. On the emergencies, crew options lights set, straight automatic, leg lights on, over to the tablet, wake it up, down to the FMS, FMGC, clear that, initialization, departing from Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee to Yankee Mike Hotel Bravo. We are going to put on our flight number, which is JQ721, Juliet Quebec 721. We'll align the IRS, that'll take a couple of minutes. Our costings today is going to be, if we go on the flight plan, costings are 21, we're cruising altitude at flights level 360. So that's our initialization is set. Going to start with the passenger boarding process. It's starting to rain a bit here at Sydney, so we'll be sure to include that as part of our performance setup. Next page, so Sydney to Hobart, 721, 36,000 cruise, 1 hour 40 on the clock. Departure in approximately, we'll say 19 minutes. A320neo with a passenger count of 185, so in almost full house today. No Wi-Fi, no entertainment. We have got boarding music, I think, for JetStar. No, we don't. We've got a safety briefing. I am right, JetStar don't have any internet, right? No onboard Wi-Fi. You guys in chat will be able to quickly tell me. Or go to Google, JetStar, Wi-Fi, A3 domestic. Yes, so. Oh, they do actually have it, have they? Looking at Google, JetStar does have Wi-Fi, I believe, actually. Yeah, in-flight stream wireless. Okay, I'll make the assumption that the aircraft does have Wi-Fi. So, Wi-Fi, no entertainment, because this is an A320, and we'll start the boarding process now. How do you start in 90 minutes? So, normally it's about half an hour to set the aircraft up, Red Guard, but because we're in a rush, I'm going to speed through the process setting the aircraft up today. I'm not saying, because I've got work after this, so I was hoping to be airborne about, well, airborne 20 minutes ago, stream should have started about 50 minutes ago, so we are behind. Fuel on board, need 7810. 7810, so 7900. And fuel. Fair enough, didn't want to do that, but I've done it now. Down to the FMS, we'll do our. I thought we'd do that, we need to load the aircraft from the menu as well. 70D menu, add to AOC. Send a weather request. We'll do a weight and balance. Import it from SimBrief. And start on the aircraft. Right. So next page our zero fuel weight is going to be 63.6. Center of gravity 22.9. Insert that. Block fuel is 7.9. That goes there. Flight plan. So first one today is going to be WAL. Parting to south today. Runway 16 right. From WAL, we then fly the Hotel 20 to Motra. Yeah, Noah Sunny, seen a bit, dude. You two, Noah. Welcome, Flight Center, how you doing? Yes, Phoenix A320 is on the way. Whiskey 407 to Itplet, and that's our flight plan complete. It's nice and short today. Insert that, we're good to go. We'll print out our weather request. Listen to the meter. Also agree our passengers as well, since we might as well be kind to them. It's not their fault we're late. Good evening, this is Hobart. This is A320 JetStar flight from Sydney to Hobart, flight number 721. We welcome aboard. We've got some slightly wet departure weather on the way out, but things do clear up as we make our way towards Tasmania. We'll give you an update on the weather as we start to reach there. Thank you for choosing JetStar today. We know you have plenty of carriers to choose from, so thank you for following us. If you have any questions, feel free to come on board. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and enjoy your flights. Thank you very much. Right, so a general message for the cabin. Let's listen to the ATIS while we're at it. Now do our performance, set up our ATC, and then get out of
Winds 170, showers, rain, dew point 18 degrees Celsius, variable 140 to 230, visibility 8 kilometers, altimeter 1020, temperature 18 degrees Celsius, few clouds at 500 feet, broken layer at 3,500 feet, scattered clouds at 2,500 feet, winds 170,
Cool, yeah, so basically
showers,
some
rain,
winds reported.
dew point 18 degrees Celsius.
Mainly the rain we're focusing on today. Alright, here's the lights of our displays. That'll probably do for now. Yes, it will. Cool. So, plug on our departure. So it's runway 16 right on the. Where is it? On the Dina 7 departure. Insert that. Clear discontinuity between Dina and Wall. So it's 34 miles, that's fine. Check. Iris will be landed in 1 minute, so we'll be able to confirm that on the flight plan as soon as that's ready. Head over to our Navigraph, go to charts list, go to our SID, which is the Dina 7, pin that, taxi charts, don't need the airport briefing, we need the airport charts, pin that. And the stand will be with Delta 27, so we need to stand that. Go on, bring that. Domestic terminal charts up. Base, domestic coordinates, no. Nope, fair enough, okay, I'll just live without it, that's fine. Right, so initial climb out of Dina 7 departure will be the. So there's a wall point. Wollongong, there you go, sorry. Wollongong departure, that's fine. Initial climb is. Plus 2,000, Dina 7 right. So the initial climb is there, so we'll go straight to cruising altitude, that's fine. Set altitude, flights level 360. Set altitude, flights level 360. So it's not doing it quite right. Set altitude, flights level 360. There, now it's doing it. The problem with voice, it's not an issue of VoiceAttack, it's an issue of Windows. For some reason I can't do the speech voice recognition thing, it just crashes every time I try to do it. So as a result, it's not the only program that's suffering VoiceAttack, there's a few other programs that I'm having issues as well, because the system won't do the voice. Okay, thank you, 1090 chart for the bait. It's going to be... Where are you? 10 dash... There you go, this is the one, isn't it? Just gonna rotate that. Is it this one? Yeah, yes it is this one, there you go. So okay, as far as this airport's concerned, we're at 5.2 then, that's fine. Thank you very much for that. I'll pin the charts, keep that in the background. Quickly check our flight plan on departure. I'm not expecting too many problems with it, but there's the departure. Wollongong, And just flight plan heads on south until we get to our arrival. That's fine, cool. So I'm happy to flight plan. We are almost done with our aircraft setup. Start the APU and the fuel pumps. APU starting. Go to our performance and we'll plug in our performance departure. So airport code is Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee. Import that. Go for runway 16 right. Call the meter. Currently wet runway conditions. Anti-ice will be off. Takeoff weight is 71 tons. Center gravity 22.9. Flex takeoff. Config 1 flaps. PACX will be on and calculates. So flex temp 64, 157, V1 rotate and V2. That is fine. So we slight uphill runway slope for our departure site. So config 1 flaps, 64 flex, 157 are the numbers. 157. Now can I actually copy it or not? The answer is no, you can't. 157, 157 and 157. Flaps 1, flex 61, correction 64. Transition altitude is, go to my SID charts, 10,000 feet. And as far as I'm concerned, we are now ready to go. So if we bring up the Unicom, we'll go over to runway 16 right. I like it. Also, Unicom's quite handy to have, I must admit. It's very handy to have if you kind of in a rush, need to do some ATC, but don't necessarily have time to type it all out. So send Alpha, so just stand normal 52. Taxi to the runway, we'll push back on to domestic 2, goes on to Charlie 2. So Charlie 2, over to the main charts. Continue down Charlie, 16 right. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just right up here. So continue down Charlie onto Bravo, holding Bravo 2. 16 right. Our departure will be the 7, and transition altitude is 10,000 feet.
You're ready to go when you are.
Cool. Our departure sets. Just note that the A380 is also on its way out very shortly. They've just pushed back. So potentially some wait turbulence behind that. We'll need at least 2 minutes separation from their departure to our own. Never set the tracking link either. There's your link. Right, so we are a bit behind schedule, but no massive rush. Passenger ready to go. APU is started. So now it's just a case of I see our pushback now. Right, so now it's on Unicom. They're going to start from stand 5-2. Bring crash push at the zoomer, and let's get going. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
So top of this position, jet bridge moves out the way. We're on AP power. We're going to be taxiing behind the A380. JetStar behind schedule is normal. Good evening. Welcome, Eric. How are you doing? What channel? I'm just Jack. So is this normal as an aircraft 50 minutes behind? Nah, we're not going too bad. We've departed maybe 10 past 11. We'll land about, I don't know, 12:50, so it won't be terribly behind. Ground from flight deck.
Good evening. Yes, everything is ready down here, so please release the brakes.
Brakes released.
Welcome to Pushback 123. Our journey begins now.
Gentlemen, please listen to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Turn facing south.
Okay, start turning so you will be facing a southern course.
They're also going to commission start the engine, so I'll get away with doing that now. Engine 2 starts.
And follow their instructions. As we get underway, please make sure your personal electronic devices are in a flight safe mode, or otherwise complete.
I'll get a little bit tight with the 777 there, sticking out into the taxiway. I need to push to the left. We'll have a look. Stop the pushback.
Yes, tell when the parking brakes are set.
Brakes set.
Okay, have a nice flight.
Pull on the lift strap to tighten. Undo the seat
Alright, so push back out of stand. We are good to go.
belt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight. Make sure you're familiar with the brace position best suited to your seat. The onboard safety instruction
Move engine 2 to stabilise.
of your brace position, along with other important safety information. The A320 has 8 emergency exits, which we'll now show you. 2 at the front
Engine 1 starts.
and 2 at the back of the cabin. Lights will illuminate, showing you the path to follow to these exits. If we need to leave
Test controls.
taking your personal items with you will slow you down.
Test controls.
Behind. If a mask like this appears
Yeah, control one more time, co-pilot.
firmly to start,
Test controls.
quickly put it over your
So
mouth.
I'll do it. When I show on screen, I'll do it. When I don't, it fails. So it's down to Windows speech recognition. So the problem is, I can show you what the problem is with this tool. VoiceAttack and HDS are fine. Rather, it is... Where is it?
Pass the strap around your back
This is the problem. Speech recognition training.
and then pull on the lift strap to tighten
I am now speaking to my computer.
the life jacket as you leave the aircraft.
So that should move automatically to the next line. It's stuck. It doesn't do anything, and that's the problem with it.
These mouthpieces. The life jacket also has a whistle
Right, engine 2 stable. Engine 1 is now starting.
the escape and flotation devices,
Flaps position 1.
and a life raft at the rear of the aircraft.
Sorry, co-pilot, you're not going to work today. Right, flaps lowered. We'll turn. Yeah, engine 1's available. So APU comes off. Taxi lights set. Ignition off. And when that's on taxi intention, so Charlie 2, Charlie, Bravo, holding Bravo 2. Button deck released. Ah, okay, job 7's gone. Fair enough, thank you very much. Let's get going. Why is Microsoft Flight Sim's 787 autopilot broken? Not sure, Slim Games, I'm afraid. The answer is I don't know. I've not used the A380 in a little while, sorry, the 787 in a little while, also made down to the fact that I had issues with the autopilot in the past. I think it's down more to the fact that it's quite a complicated aircraft to configure, and therefore they've had a slight bug with its settings. So yes, it's a known issue, just waiting for a fix at this point. Glad you're enjoying the streams, Princess. Enjoy your burning. Flying IVAO, Manuel. Flying IVAO, as the pins, chats, description or site. So yeah, slightly rainy departure out of Australia today. Things should clear up as we get towards Hobart. See, so no clouds reported at this destination. Some showers and rain reported here. I'll do an A380 stream when the A380 releases, Nicholas. There's no A380 yet, so nothing for me to stream. Oops, forklift truck. I'm running you down. A380 now doing its takeoff run. Well, have a safe flight, Mr. A380. How to turn off the heading on 747? You just turn off the heading switch. So in the Airbus you push and pull. In a Boeing, you've got a little button for heading control which you need to turn off. Right, do takeoff checks, so autocorrect set to max, signs are active, cabin check. Going to arm spoilers, take a config test, take a config normal, we are good to go. How should I operate the aircraft? Practice, Nicholas, that's not to practice. It's like anything in life, the more you practice, the more you do it, the more you repeat, the better you do eventually come. So keep at it, keep practicing, and you do get there. I'm going to announce our line up and takeoff intentions. Transponder comes on. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff please. Seats for takeoff.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please. Seats for takeoff.
I think as the A380 is now cleared, we'll go straight into takeoff. Manflex 64, SRS runway, auto thrust blue, throttle sets, 157 rotate today. $100 knots. V1 rotates. So rates gear up. Night North Togo Zihan, plenty of runway here at Sydney. We can go straight into a normal flex Temp 64 today. Drop the pitch down to about 10 degrees. Reduce throttle to climb power. And let's start a chrono, do that now quickly. How do you put this connection standard? You just put on the switch, put on it to set standard, push on it, set to local, QNH or QFE depending on what you're using. Pull to standard, push for local, and resets the ground spoilers. Activate the autopilot. The aircraft take full control of our flight today. Flaps can come up. Oh, the Uniscene's Heathrow looks fantastic. Absolutely glorious. It's an aircraft. It's a scenery I'll pick up on day one. I mean, fair enough. If you look at my comments on there, and it's true what I say. I mean, the premium deluxe Heathrow flights looks good, but that is so much better. So yeah, so it'll be day one purchase for me. The Uniscene's Heathrow. Very, very excited for it. Because of course Heathrow is my local international airport, so it's an airport I fly out of fairly frequently. I'm going to pick it up. Day one purchase, day one purchase. So, continue our climb out, passing through 5,000 feet. So far, so good. It's 10,000 feet transition altitude, so I'll set that when we get there. As with the landing lights. Will I ever fly Virgin Australia? Potentially, no. In really case if I need to find a Virgin Australia routes. Qantas, sorry not Qantas, JetStar, I've flown a couple of times in flights in the past, so had delivery and everything ready to go, but I can do Virgin Australia if people want it. If people want it, then yeah, it's a list. Don't you worry. So continue our climb out. Also, the cloud simulation sim getting better and better with every update. Fair enough, I think this is down to the fact it's been quite stormy around the last couple of weeks, but some of these clouds have really completely... They look different the last couple of weeks. They look different, they look so much better now. I don't know if anyone else would agree with that, but clouds in the sim are getting better and better with every update. Got to crop a few screenshots for the Volanta.
Gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on
10,000
your
feet,
larger portable
turn
electronic devices.
off, set standard altimeter, landing lights off. Give it a few thousand feet more, and then we'll also switch off the seatbelt signs. So yeah, we now load those to increase the speed. Once speed is increased, reduce rate of climb, landing in approximately 1 hour and 36 minutes. So potentially, with a nice quick takeoff there, we have gained a few minutes. We'll see how things go with the rest of the flights. Your colours are pretty bad. You have a high resolution. They're very pixelated when you're near. I mean, power pixelation. I mean, there are minor moments like that where it happens, but they're, for the most part, it is quite rare, quite far between, in my case at least. In the past, the clouds were really bad, pixelated at every moment, but they've certainly improved the last couple of weeks, I've noted. So, yeah, it may not be perfect, but certainly not as bad as it was in the past. What am I doing there wrong? It'd be a JPEG, is it not? Not JPEG, a PNG. Sorry, I'm going crazy with the my screenshots thing. That's what I want to do. Did I want to turn off landing lights? I'm sure I did. Oh, sorry, no, I just it's on position. Ignore me. That was not what I wanted to do. Right, now landing lights are off. Also, top seat outside now, capacity air freedom's back. Might as well, since there's no real weather issue, no real turbulence. It's just clear skies, nothing around us for miles. No, so Totus have an A319 and 21. There's no A320 from Totus, Oliver. Only Flight Factory have got that. Why you set the altimeter standard? So standard altimeter car loss ensures that every aircraft is flying at the same altitude at certain parts of the flight. So when you go from standard altimeter, from local altimeter to standard altimeter, you no longer fly at however many thousand feet. Rather, you fly at flight levels. So we're cruising to 30,000 feet. Which in reality is flight, well in this case of aviation, it's flight level 360. So the reason they do that is because air pressure changes depending where in the world you are, depending where in the depending on terrain, depending on the pressure. There's whole different factors which change the air pressure, and as a result, different air pressure means the aircraft will cruise. The altitudes will slightly change because it's based on the aircraft's system, how it reads the data, and that will always fluctuate. So as a result, by having a standardized altimeter, which is QNH 1013 or altimeter 29902, essentially it standardises that one level at 34,000 feet, 35,000 feet, 36,000 feet, 37,000 feet. So necessarily it won't be correct. We may have 36,000 sets here, but rather we'll be flying it, and you'll be able to click on the top of the screen here that altitude indicator. It'll be like 35,559. So it won't be exactly 36,000 feet, but rather a standardised altitude used by all worldwide aviation authorities to keep aircraft at the same level to avoid collisions. Therefore, if aircraft are crossing, that 1,000 feet of separation is ensured because they're all using the same altimeter, all flying at the same flight level. Not altitude, flight level. Passenger wing view, no problem, Jacloff. A few bits of the Australian coast down below, which again, the scenery in the sim, absolutely fantastic. Also helped by the 1.7, which completely redid the Australian scenery, and yeah, it does look fantastic. Some of the best photographs I've seen in the world, but 1.7, some of the best I've seen so far. So we'll find to Hobart. Hobart does have photogrammetry as well. Let's look down and enjoy that as we fly past. You're cold, Harvey. Get a blanket. How to bind drone cam, Victor? It's automatically set to the insert key on the keyboard. Default key binding is inserts. A bit of turbulence kicking in now. Nothing too major. They recently bought the Hobart Airport for NZA simulations like an airport, so I bought it as well for this flight, Paul. I bought it just for this flight, and yeah, I mean, it looks good from the screenshots. During our approach today, will be our first look at the airport when we arrive. I mean, it's not too expensive. The thing you get with Vorbex is that their scenery quality is super high, and their prices are generally really low. I mean, fair enough, that's an NZA simulations product, so it's third party. But it's because they operate in Australian dollars. Fair enough, you look at the price, like in $30 for a scenery, that seems a bit high. But when you realise it's Australian dollars, all of a sudden that price becomes really low. So I've always appreciated Orbex. I mean, the scenery, as I said, the sceneries are fantastic, and the pricing, for what it is, very fair. So certainly a developer I've used for a couple of years now for their airports. Kalula, if you're a channel member or a Twitch subscriber, Nicholas, then you can do a flight request. Oh yes, I missed out on the sale, I must admit, Paul. I missed out on the sale, but again, it's not the most expensive album in the world, so I didn't fuss about it too much. I haven't got touch up yet, but ever since the update, the autopilot has worked. I've not had a problem with that, Jack Lodge. I've never had a problem with the autopilot. It seems to work for me, no problems. Set heading mode and then turn right, the aircraft will turn right as it needs to. Back onto navigation mode, the aircraft will turn left and go out to current heading. I've never had a problem with the autopilot in any of the aircrafts. I have had a problem with the screens going black in the newer FlyByWire versions. This is an older version of FlyByWire, just to stop the aircraft from glitching out on me. But no, I must say, issue with the autopilot is not a problem I've had. Air traffic, Nihao, I use IVAO for air traffic, IVAO. So all the planes you saw at the start there are real people flying their own simulators. It's like a multiplayer network with ATC, just right now we're on Unicom. So just flew overhead Wollongong. And very slowly, just continuing down the Southeast Australian coast along the Tasman Sea. So flying on the coast, over the water, and then side descent as we hit into Tasmania. So it's a nice flight, this actually, really scenic on the way. We have Spot Canberra on our right hand side. Canberra, of course, received no updates in the world updates, which is straight to the capital of the country. Which again, to be fair, everyone seems to forget that Canberra's the capital. They always go for Sydney or Melbourne. No, it's Canberra. So a few screenshots going up on the old Volanta. I've not seen experimental version, Sunny, because I've had problems with experimental. The screens just go black for me. I can't get it to work, so I've had to go for an older version of FlyByWire, which doesn't have any problems. It's a shame, because I really do like the FlyByWire, but I have reported my problem, and hopefully, at some point, they'll fix it. It's potentially an issue with the... Hang on, I've got a note from the FlyByWire people, which explains what the problem is. Fair enough, so yeah, not conflict. Yeah, so the big thing that they've pointed out for me is... Where is it? There you go. So, root cause currently under investigation, possible workaround solution, go open up your region, go to change this lookout and make sure that the beta for ETF8 worldwide is active. Done that, still didn't work, but no, they are right. Going for sports, yeah. Soon have the same issue with Dev. Currently using an older version of FlyByWire that does not have the so tomorrow morning we'll spend a bit of time troubleshooting the other FlyByWire. A321neo in Microsoft Flight Sim? No, Alex. Any A321neo in Flight Sim is the tow list from X-Plane. Nothing yet on the other Microsoft Flight Sim fronts. A lot of camera, including the balcony from whoever lived there, had photogrammetry in the original release, presumably nothing new and things and then for an update. True, there was the camera, but I believe the airport, so the actual airport in Canberra got a slight touch up with the wild updates, but it never looked like a proper hand-built airport, and that's kind of what I'm saying, because Canberra, of course, the capital, I mean, you look at, I don't know, you look at kind of previous regions, so when Japan's update came out, we had the same release of a hand-built Narita. Was it Narita? Sorry, yeah, Hanada's outside, so yeah, we've got a hand-built Narita from the day of release. One update to America, that one had an update for... Washington never got an update for that airport either, so fair enough, no, they haven't always focused on the capitals in the other Sabo studios. What update 3? That was the what was What Update 3? I believe that was a UK update, What Update 3, UK and Ireland. That one already had a hand-built Heathrow for Premium Deluxe. What Update 4? That was... Let's see, so there was Japan, the US, the UK and Ireland, Australia, France and Netherlands, Nordics, and... 7. What was 7? Australia. I think it was in that order as well. So Japan had the update. Well, it came with Narita. US that updated some of the Central American airports. Cannot remember which one it was though. Yeah, quite recently actually, Flight Sim as well. Then we had the UK and Ireland, which already had an updated Heathrow, and Dublin still a default airport. What Update 4, so France, that one already had a Paris Charles de Gaulle hand-built, so to be fair, they've already done a lot of this anyway. Paris Charles de Gaulle was already hand-built. What Update 5, although the UK and Ireland update, the hand-built airports they chose were Barra and Outer Skerries, which are the two of the smallest airports in the country. Although Barra, really, really good airport, been there in real life. Fantastic to fly on the beach and sand. So 4 was France, 5 was... Japan, America, UK, France. Was it Germany? I'm sure it was Germany. Germany's airports are all default. I'm sure it was Germany, something like that. 6. Was it Germany? I'm going to have to double check now. Nordics got first ground chief Helsinki going. And then Australia was the latest one. I have been to Stuttgart flights before, yes, Noah. I've been to Stuttgart a couple of times. I've been, yeah, for 1 hour to Hobart, yes, about an hour or so flight time before we think about our descent and landing. A320neo across the Atlantics, yes. It's TAP Air Portugal, it's JetBlue doing it. Aer Lingus, I think, did a couple of flights as well with it, so it's not their main flight for it. I know that I believe American Airlines have a few orders for the A320neos they're going to do at some point in the future, but nothing yet booked. I think it's just those 3, Alex. So, TAP, actually, but now, yeah, so TAP, JetBlue, and Aer Lingus. UK did, yeah, the UK got, of course, got Liverpool as well, Dazzle, yeah, so got UK as well, got Liverpool as well. But, and I think that was the biggest airport that got the update in the UK, so it's Liverpool, Outer Skerries, and Barra. And the landing mission we got with it was landing at Barra. How much have we used so far? So far, fuel used. About 100 kilos so far. About 100 kilos of fuel used so far. So we're using about 80 kilos a minute right now with the hang on, sorry, it's probably about a ton, sorry, about 1,000 if it's times by 10. Yeah, we used about a ton of fuel so far, 1 ton. I have flown Israel, sorry, I don't want to do that, sorry, passengers, stop. Cancel that. I have flown in Israel, did flight out of, I believe it was Cairo, I did, Cairo to Israel with, which airline did I fly on that trip? It was, let me just double check. I'm sure it was EgyptAir actually. Yeah, EgyptAir. Cairo to Ben Gurion. Right, let's go through our passenger list, shall we? Hang on. I'll go passenger list and just do the screenshot. Upload for one more. Concorde, not yet. Alex, Concorde, not yet. Do you think IVAO needs an update about some velocity? I mean, they've already announced an update, Diego. They've announced they're going to integrate IVAO onto their own servers rather than third party. So they're going to ditch the shard servers and integrate their own servers instead. And that will increase the speed and fluidity of their sim. So they've already announced updates, and later this year we should see it come to life. Right, let's go to our passenger list. Let's see who's on board, who's in the cabin, who is on our flights today. So, any names you recognise, give us a shout, and we'll go through the details for them. No, you may get 1 or 2 names on board today I may recognise. Nope, not today. No one that I saw, that I personally know. As for the cabin, it's a mostly full flight. A few empties dotted around, but 185 passengers aboard today, so for the most part, quite a full aeroplane. Yeah, that's the dream there, Monolith. Any-builds Concords, sorry, any-build scenery for Heathrow. Got the DC Designs Concorde on the way, which they have announced that they are, so from release it's going to be with the A320 FMS. But as soon as Microsoft Flight Sim enable the ability to allow the INS to be added to the sim, then it will be added as a future update. So from release there won't be INS, it'll just be A320 FMS. But in the future, they do plan to release the NATO reference system, so you can hold your breath finally. It may happen. It may be on the way. Welcome, Cassie, how you doing? Come on, channel. I'm chat hi today. Oh yeah, this year will be, so 2020, the year the flight sim released, was kind of the testing waters. So sim released, few issues, but it worked. 2021 was the year kind of just to enjoy the default sim as it was. So fair enough, there's like FlyByWire aircraft in, or the CJ4 cockpit upgrade, working title. So there were mods coming, but nothing really kind of super out there. So yeah, certainly 21 was the year to kind of test the waters flight sim with its default aircraft and default sceneries and mods starting to appear. 22 will be the year of the big updates. You've got PMDG coming, FlyBy 380 coming, and you've got the Phoenix 320 coming, you've got the Concorde coming, so hopefully we'll get an update soon on the Quad 787. That's not gone anywhere just yet, so this year, fingers crossed, should be the year where everything big starts to come around the corner. I thought this is on the Microsoft Store, Victor. This is on Microsoft Store. Opinion on gaming laptops. I mean, if it's for you, then enjoy it. I'm not going to stand here bashing gaming laptops. I mean, I prefer desktop computers for gaming, so I use desktop. If you prefer laptop, use laptop. I'm not going to say anything negative about it. Uh, 2026, 27 is a year away for flight sim. Give me there a little while then, I'm afraid. Give it a little while. Do you know where the centre of gravity is? So it's not on your flight plan car, you need to calculate it yourself. You need to calculate your own centre of gravity on the aircraft, as that's going to be based on your fuel, your payload, your aircraft's loading balance. So you won't get it on your SimBrief flight plan, rather you'll get it on the your own calculations there. Let's have a look at our, so yeah, flight progress so far. Pushback departed, looking good. Still flying along the Australian coastline. In terms of our arrival, expecting the Aircraft 5 Victor arrival for runway 30. So I've grabbed charts for that now. So Aircraft 5 Victor, pin that. And grab the ground information for the airport too. So makes sense. Coordinates, pretty simple as you've got Charlie, Delta, Alpha. Yeah, we'll just use that one instead. So pin that. Approach shots, runway 30. Ooh, no IS for runway 30. On how approach it is. Yeah, so Hotel Bravo Tango India, hip tight. We will start a 3-degree descent path. 2,290 feet, so about 2,300-ish. Start descents. There's a altitude clearance 1,000. And continue to the runway. That's fine. Cool. We'll be sure to give that a go then today. So we might as well plug it into the aircraft now, since there's no ATC set at the moment. So arrivals. RNAV 30 Zulu. on the input by Victor. Insert that. Head over to plan mode and change what has been horribly mangled by the aircraft. Horribly mangled. Right. Is there anything else we can recover out of this? Hiptay. Hiptay, right, so Bava. Delete Bemis, delete Canro, delete Ublen, and then Hiptay, so we'll clear this continuity now. And that should just give us a nice smooth curve in. Yeah, to the runway, that's fine. So Bava, Hiptay, start of descents, approach runway 30, straight into land, that's fine. But it's a slightly tight acute turn. I can actually add, I'm just going to add one waypoint to that. I'm going to add PDOS to it. So Bava, Papa, India, Delta, Oscar, Sierra, insert those next waypoints. And that should, in theory, so Bava, PDOS, and Hiptay, which, based on our approach, PDOS leads on to Hiptay from the east. Can hold there as well if required, I don't think we will though. But PDOS into Hiptay, and that should just lessen the curve on the old arrival. Really? Ramam to Bava. Right. So Iplet, Ramam, Bava, PDOS. Don't get why that's so tight. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always use FlyDirect-2s and manually heading to get the aircraft going, but that just seems a bit excessive, that corner. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Got a little while to go now, so we start descent, so we've got plenty of time to check it out. It just seems a bit tight. Go to the calculator, going to sync our altitude. So we need to insert, well, there's no glider slope, we need to start descent at 2300. Descent for us today, 106 miles. 106. So the arrivals, going to runway 30. On nav approach on the Let's 5 Victor, inbound from the north. And that'll be fine. Cool, so approach is set. As soon as we're ready to start descent, we'll get straight onto that. 381 miles to go. 1 hour until we scheduled to land. This is the dev version, Paul. This is dev version, as I've had a few issues with the latest versions of FlyByWire, both dev and experimental, so this is a slightly older dev version of Flight Sim. No plans for Bucharest just yet, Winter Smash, but it's on the list. Has got quite a few flight requests, so not forgotten about, don't you worry. How's your turtle? Welcome to channel Chats. Great route, glad you're enjoying it, dude. How are you finding it? Welcome channel, welcome to Chats. Watch out for the Tassie Devils in your land. Yes, hopefully the ground crews will have cleared our little runway for the landing today. On your way to watch Abu Dhabi for Chelsea Palmeiras. I wish, Robbie, I wish. No, I'm working today during the game, so I'm going to have to watch the highlights of that one later. Actually, as soon as I land the aircraft at Hobart, go myself ready for work, shoot out the door, and get into London. Yeah, it should be alright. Slightly late departure, like I say, later than I wanted it to be, but technical issues meant that we did have to push things back a little bit. It's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the world. So far so good. Our aircraft's handling things pretty well today. There's been no issues from the A320 front, that's for sure. I'm just trying to think, what mod conflicts do I potentially have, which has caused the issue with the experimental versions. The first version worked alright for me, but trying to update it earlier today, it all went horribly wrong, so that's kind of why I have to go for an older version instead. Which again, it's not terrible, certainly FlyByWire is getting better with every update, but could be worse, could be worse. I'm alright, Palit Gaming, today. I'm alright. How are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chats. Yep, going down the bus straight at the moment. And very nearly, I believe, actually coming out of the south end of Australia, yes. So, Bass End, and then through the Bass Straits. Kind of on the border of Bass Strait and the Tasman Sea on our left. Yeah, leave Australia, continue heading south. Flinders Islands, cross by, and then into Tasmania, and then flying into Hobart, which I believe is the main city on the island. Yeah, so we are flying the FlyByWire version, Magic Turtle. We are flying the FlyByWire A320. How do you find it? How do you find it as how do I think of the aircraft, or how do I find it as in how do you download it? What do you mean by how do you find it? Sorry, Magic. What do I think? I think it's fantastic. FlyByWire is a very well developed aircraft. Passion projects for a lot of people who are putting it together. Yeah, for a freeway aeroplane, honestly, you can't really go much wrong with it. Looks good, dynamics good, systems are good as well. They've really worked on the aeroplane to bring it as true to life as possible, and it does show. It does show. If you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator, then without a doubt, it's a must download. You need it when you're flying the basics. It's not perfect, still minor issues with it here and there, but as I say, with every update, they improve it every single time. Any bugs that came up, they fix. Any issues, they tweak. It's getting better every update. No Joker, you take care, dude. Have a good day at work. Have increased sim rates? Not at all, Sunny. Not at all. Sim rates still the same. Lifetime, live flying, 1-to-1. No price of the Phoenix yet, Paul. No price announced yet. You'd know when the price is announced because there were the news sites everywhere. Until then, I'm afraid the answer is not known, unknown, unpublished. Right, so Bass Straits. Next stop, Tasmania. That's a bit fast, doing ground speed of 397. If anything, with 67 knot headwind, we're actually flying really slow today. We're going to be losing a bit of time out of flights. And if you really want to slow things down, I'll always do that. Now things are looking really, really slow. Do that. Really fast. All depends on perspective. Quite pro of that. And look, A321, A319, A321, A319, A321. Just stretch the body out. There we go. This is the A322 now. Made the back really long, the front really short. The wings really, really wide. I do love drone cam. It's a very intuitive way of doing things. Traffic, IVAO, Spicy Boy, IVAO. You love Tassie, it's your favourite places to visit. You like to drive to Melbourne and take the ferry over. I'd love to visit one day in the future. I'd love to pay a visit. As I say, for most places in the world, I'd love to visit. Yeah, one day I'll make a trek over, spend a few days in Australia, spend a few days in Tasmania, out to New Zealand. Be a 2-week trip maybe, 2-3 week trip, just do it all, I'm out there. JetStar Jaff livery. What's the JetStar Jaff livery? Let me have a Google. JetStar Jaffa Jets. Yeah, no, sorry, I much prefer silver. That's very reminiscent of EasyJet 737. Where is it? There we go. Okay, there's an A320. There's two versions. There was this one, and there was one on the side. I believe it had something very similar, like low fares on the side of it. I need to try and find it. But yeah, very reminiscent of the old EasyJet colours. That. Oh yeah, so that's the Orbex, what do you call it, Orbex... They've got an Australian's livery pack. Australian liveries pack for the A320. Hang on. unscheduled breakfast. Right, 278 miles to go. How are we doing? Yeah, had a slight, well, cool down for breakfast, so I wasn't expecting, but hey ho. It was nice. It was a pulled pork panini, cheese. He's gone to work. I'll still end this thing. Hope there's a second crew member. Well, there you go, Rick. We got the guy sitting to my right hand side today. Co-pilot can take over if I'm not in the cockpits. Everyone start naming every cereal you know since he gets back. You'll know when you know you've ever played Hobart when you start seeing icebergs. This JetStar livery is quite good, actually. Very well put together. Go up close. Really like the reflections you get on the metallic effects on the body. I think this is a really well designed livery, actually. There you go, got a really shiny wing there, of course. Like a FlightZoomer classic. It's a nice livery, nice amount of detail to it. It's very, very shiny, very, very reflective. Second officer says he's just come from party. Oh, no sleep. Yeah, he's a bit drowsy, you know, just... yeah, doesn't know. He wants to stay awake, but he's kind of struggling a little bit. Sunglasses on just to hide his really sleep-deprived eyes. Yeah, I'm watching you. I am watching you. Welcome Donkey, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? Just the red eye from Perth. So that A380 you saw earlier on, where was it flying to? It's no longer on the yeah, that must have disappeared. Yeah, it's not often you appear on the stand. An A380 and a 777, both next to Eastern stands. I mean, it's like, whoa, where did you guys come from? There, there's a 777 heading out to Tahiti. Caravilas. I'm not sure this airline, I submit. Not one I've heard of, KVL. City to Tahiti, departed. Probably, yeah, long before us. Just crossed over New Zealand now. Microsoft Flight Sim's mixed CPU GPU, Charlie. So make sure your system kind of matches one another, because it will bottleneck if your spec don't quite match. So at the moment, sorry, the nosebleed lady seems to clear my nose. Yeah, so Microsoft Flight Sim. If your spec's a bit of a mismatch, in my case I've got a 3080 GPU and a Ryzen 9, Ryzen 5, an AMD Ryzen 5 base 600 processor I've got on the system. So my CPU is kind of mid to high range, my GPU is high range. As a result, my CPU is a little bit lower spec and therefore bottlenecks on CPU. So FlightSim is quite balanced with what it uses. So make sure you've got decent amount of VRAM, decent amount of RAM, and decent amount of processing power as well. So balance it out. Similar power usage, similar requirements, just balance it out. Yes, I do shift work, Ollie. I do 7 days earlies, 2 off, 7 days lates, 5 off. Repeats. I don't mind it. So I work in the railway, so I do a lot of customer service, train dispatching, gate line work. Just being visible. Yeah, that's just what I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. You get your good days, you get your bad days. But you don't necessarily struggle too much. Just check my work schedule today. It's not looking too bad actually. Got an easy shift ahead of me. No, not driving trains yet, alright? I drive narrow gauge railways, but I don't drive anything full-sized yet. Plan to do a heavy division 787 flight soon. Yes, so the issue with well, the heavy division 787, and actually 787 in general, is that the autopilot's not working properly, so until autopilot gets fixed, mainly the vertical speed switch for me. It's a bit of a sitting duck at the moment. Play to the moon. I always preferred Kerbal, Gamca. I always preferred Kerbal. Wait for Kerbal Space Program 2 to release, and I might even just do a day of that non-stop. Yes, while I was watching XP72 last night, so I do enjoy his streams. He's very good of his community, the way he kind of talks, presents himself. He is good to watch, hence I've been subscribed to him, well, Twitch, a YouTube member for him now, for the last 15 months now, something like that. It's been a fair while. If they saw my TSW streams that I wrote, I'd be as far away from driving as possible. Trust me, my driving ain't good. I enjoy it, Charlie. I do enjoy the railways. You can see, you get your good days, you get your bad days, but for the most part, if you get yourself a good team, support structure's really, really good. So I cannot complain. Which stopwatch, Redguard? Which stopwatch? How much longer, Vexy? Looking at an ETA of about 30 minutes to landing. 30 minutes. So we're making good progress so far. Yes, bus driver. I'm sure you can remember that stream well. Decrease vertical speed. Decrease vertical speed. Decrease vertical speed. Doing it step by step, 100 to 100 feet per minute. That took a while. I'm London, Charlie. I'm London based. I'm one of the how are you actually living on now? Is it 7-8 million? — 8.9 million, there you go. I'm one of the 8.9 million people to live in the capital. Chrono, yes. Chrono turns on at the start of flights. Chrono turns off at the end of flights. Measures your flight hours. Oh yeah, so most people are right. You join the railway thinking that you'll only be here for like 6-7 months, and it's like a stopgap. You join it, you'll be here for 6-7 months, good pay, good salary, good work-life balance, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, you've been there for 10 years and the rest of your life will be stuck on the railways. For me, it's a case of, so I say, it's a decent salary, I can't complain about it. I mainly use it for the benefits. I mean, discounted travel in the UK is always appreciated. And in the job itself, I just enjoy working around trains. Very simple to do. Generally, passengers are quite good. You get the odd complaint here and there, but that's just a fact of life, customer service. Yeah, I just enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I do. What keys what keys on your keyboard to switch camera? The insert key for drone cam, or end key for third person cam, or the num keys for different window views and cockpit views and GoPro view. Do people wear masks in London? About 50-50 mix, Paul. So half people will, half people won't. Me, I'll wear it. If it's kind of like quiet, so there's not many people around me, I'll probably take it off for a quick breather. But if it's busy, crowded, and lots of people around me, then mask goes straight on. No way I'm going to take that off anytime soon. Uh, 8.9 million people in almost 1,600 square kilometres. Bugger that. If I Sydney's 4 million in 12,000. Yeah, can get quite busy, especially in the centre. Oh yeah, absolutely, Ollie. If you don't enjoy your job, then look for an alternative. And fair enough, salary is a big thing of most people's works, but don't kill yourself doing something you're not going to enjoy. I enjoy it. The people I work with are fantastic. I cannot complain. But don't suffer with what you do. Don't suffer. Thank you very much there to Amuka with the $500. Good day from Australia. Good day, Amuka. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chats. How are you today? Thank you very much for the donation. You're a superstar. Love your job. You never worked in any life. Yes. Work to live, not live to work. Very true. When you say, so if your standard is flashing there, LM, it means that you're setting your either you're setting your altimeter at the wrong time. So if I were to turn it off now, it shouldn't flash because we're there. You go. Yeah, it flashes QNH because we're not at transition altitude, and that can be set. Let's reset the altitude there. That can be set in your initialization tab, where if you go across. So so when you're taking off, you set your performance. Part of your performance will be set to the transition altitude. Same for the approach. If you go to the approach page, our transition altitude will be I'll double check the charts. Will be about 10,000 again for the arrival. But yeah, you set transition altitude in the transition altitude box. Essentially, it only flashes if your altimeter is incorrectly set based on what you've input into the FMS. So say your transition altitude is 6,000 here in the UK. If you fly above 6,000 with your altimeter set to local, so you see the numbers, then it flashes to remind you set standard. Alternatively, if you're descending and you're above you're below your transition altitude with standard still set, then it flashes to remind you set back to local. So it's there to kind of remind you to switch over modes depending on what altitude you're flying at on your FMS sets. So yeah, did you do something wrong? The answer is yes, LM, and that's what you've just done wrong there. Sarah, you have two questions. One, am I a train driver? I'm a narrow gauge train driver, so I don't drive full types of trains, I drive small trains. Otherwise, big trains I work at stations. Am I planning to be a pilot? I'll do a private pilot's license at some point in the future, Sarah. Not a commercial license, but I'll do a private license. How to print at METAR? So since we're about top percent, I'll set up the performance and I'll share the METAR as well. So all you're going to do is go to MCD menu, go to ATSU, go to AOC menu, weather request, send a request, and wait for it to pop up on your upper eCam, so you'll receive a company message. And as soon as that company message is received, any second now, there you go, company message received. Go back to AOC menu, receive messages, and open your latest METAR. So that's your weather information here. What I've got to do is click on print, and then the printer will give you your weather information on paper. So there you go, that's our latest METAR. I'll go to performance, next phase. Our QNH for arrival is, there you go, there's SH data, that's reminding me now. The QNH is 1022. Our air temperature is going to be 15 centigrade, dew point 8, so 15 centigrade. Winds are reporting 010 at 10 knots. Next runway 30, the correct runway for landing. Transition altitude, we'll grab that from the charts. So if I go to approach charts, it'll probably say the yeah, that one. It'll probably say the altimeter. There you go, transition level, flight level 110, so 11,000 feet. Transition 110. Enjoy your engine sim, happy flighting. Thank you very much, Ollie, there, for the. Sorry, wait for the numbers to pop up on my screen. What's it called? It's wiping on me right now. Streamlabs. Thank you very much, dude, for the. Hopefully soon. This is really, really slow, Streamlabs. Hurry up. No, don't sell merchandise yet. £3, thank you very much. Joe Energy, happy flighting. Cheers, dude, much appreciated. Thank you very much, Ollie. You're a superstar. And again, any donations I do get go right back into Sim. We've updated sceneries, we've updated peripherals, just updated everything. So, for example, we're landing today at Hobart. I bought it this morning for the sake of this flights. So, all those donations or go back into the sim. So it's always appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Right, so I was going to say, Navigraph charts. Yes, so transition level 110. So I plug in 110 there. Sorry, 10,000. There you go. And barometer for landing. That'll be our minimums, which will be runway 30 approach. Go to the and just unpin the departure charts. I don't need them anymore. So our minimums is going to be. So this is the nav approach for that. Hang on. So it'll be 550. We'll be making the approach at 3.2 degree gradients down. So going straight in will be LNAV approach. No VNAV, let's use LNAV. So yeah, 550 will be our barometer. And that is only I can call out minimums for the approach. Let's confirm 106 miles to top of descent. We have another 158 to go. So about 50 miles until we start our descents. Absolutely not at all, Molly. I say any amount is more than I expect. I never beg for donations, never ask for them. Anything you guys do send is just extra on top of the hobby I do. Do I believe PMDG Center will be released this month? Either this month or next month. Philip, either this or next month. That's very exciting what's happening in the PMDG camp. Very excited for it. Best way to calculate flex fuel. Fuel or flex temp F10. They're two very different things there. I don't follow Dylan, no. I've certainly watched a few of his videos, Roke. My favourite travel vlogger is Noel Phillips. If anything, whenever I watch him I get really jealous because he's done everything I've ever wanted to do in life. Yeah, my favourite travel vlogger is Noel Phillips. I've certainly seen a few Dylan videos. I've not necessarily watched every single one of them. Yeah, so it's PMDG that's coming out in the next couple of months, are they? The PMDG that's coming out. And that will be the next big purchase for this channel, I think. Right, there we go. So that over there, that's going to be Flinders Island. We are now entering Tasmania. And there you go, there's the coast. No, end of the day, Hobart is not free, Jimmy. It's a payware add-on you can get either on the NZA website or via Orbex. Right, 140 miles to go. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. No one's announced the 737-200 yet, Jimmy. Nothing's been announced as of yet, but never say never. Never say never. That being said, the developer who mainly did the 732 in the past was Captain Sim, and we all know the route they've taken these days, so sadly theirs is not one that I'll be purchasing if they do release it. The bread looks bad enough as it is. That one. You'd lucky even to come with a 747 cockpit. Might stick A320 gauge in it for access to engines. Probably a little bit too hot there, Sunny. Look for maybe around 70 to 80 degrees for any computer, really. 90, it's not so much dangerous for the system, but it does wear out the parts a little bit quicker. Basically, try to avoid overheating your laptop, because that will cause problems down the line. So right now, my system is... Let me grab the temperatures up. So right now, my GPU is about 76, 77 degrees centigrade. 76, 77. That's kind of where you want to be at. Anything higher than that, you may have problems. And definitely put it on your lap. That will cause burns quite quickly. Going for 1 hour and 8 minutes so far. Specs arrival 30 minutes. We're doing alright for time so far. We're doing alright for time. I don't plan to update to 11 just yet, Ollie. I'm going to stick to 10 for a little while. So I say, we're almost at our top percents. Very shortly, leaving cruising altitude and making our way down another 10 or so miles until we start that. 106 on the indicated. So that altitude's down to 2,700 the intercepts for the... Well, it's like 2290, so 2,300. As you set on the calculator, of course. So I didn't even use it. That'll do. As soon as we get to 100%, press the button and we are good to go. How am I finding the iNav and not the ILS to Hobart? Because runway 30 doesn't have ILS, James. Runway 12 has ILS, but no ILS for runway 30 side. And with winds at 10 knots heading 010, runway 30 is the appropriate runway for landing today. Because a 10 knot tailwind is not really what you want to have on approach. 10 knot headwinds are good, 10 knot tailwinds, not so. Yep, got 38 in the Ender Oak. Took a little bit of waiting, but we finally got it, and I am very happy with it. Right, let's announce our top of descents, and let us start our descents. Hello ladies and gentlemen, a quick light from the flight deck. We have started our approach into Tasmania and to... I've just fallen the airport's name, I'm flying to Hobart. Had a blank there. Hello there ladies and gentlemen, a quick update from the flight deck. We've just started our approach into Hobart and we'll be landing in approximately 27 minutes. If you need to use toilets, feel free to do so now, as very shortly we will be turning on the seatbelt sign and locking the doors ready for landing. Some clouds on approach, but no rain reported. Should be nice and warm at 15 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, we have started our descent again, and we will be switching on the seatbelt sign for landing in the next couple of moments. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just drew a complete blank to the airport we're flying to there. So, message to the passengers, just say, starting up descents. Some clouds on approach, but no rain reported. Should be nice and warm at 15 degrees centigrade. Take care, dude. Good to see you tuning in. Have a good night. So have a look at the charts again. So yeah, 10 knot headwinds, altimeter 1022, and to continental descent, no power reports into 15 centigrade. Nope, I used Thrustmaster Warthog stick and throttle Oliver. I used the Warthog, not the TCA Airbus. Although I do want to get my hands on the TCA Boeing, that I hope to pick up at some point soon-ish. Not cheapest bit of hardware in the world. If it goes on sale, then probably then I'll pick it up. Should be a nice and standard approach tonight. Yes, no integrated rudder pedals with the Boeing. That's not a problem for me. What do I use to go around the aircraft and drone? Xbox controller. Passing through 22,000 feet, and just put my tunnel seatbelt sign and send passengers back to their seats one final time. Clever, it's the same way to do it, Jimmy. Same way to do it. Don't think many people not use Xbox controllers for your own drone cam.
Gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it's time to return to your fasten seatbelt.
I mean, the camera system Microsoft Flight is fantastic. Not quite as free and intuitive as X-Planes, but drone cam I think is fantastic. It's just so free to do what you need to do with it. Breakfast smoothie. Thanks, Mum. Does the Mac 747 work properly? Not particularly, Sunny. Well, some people it works okay, some it doesn't. So, for some people it's fine. Others, the cockpit position is slightly off-centered, and therefore they actually see it outside the front of the aeroplane. Oh, for an air stewardess to give it to me, Ollie, I can always request it from the flight attendants down below. So if I go to flight attendant request at the bottom, I'll request a drink. It's going to play a message, of course, to the cabin again, but yeah, you can request it from the cabin if you want it. be fair, Stains. It's a case of she makes them for herself as well, so we both have one every day. Oh, it's fruit, it's natural, it's healthy. What can you say? So she makes one for herself, she makes one for me, and yeah, drink it, all happy. Alright, continue our descent. How are we doing for the so 44 miles to get from 10 to 23, 61 to go. So actually we're going well above our wide descent rates. Reduce this down to about 1,200 maybe. Right, so we'll go down to 1,000 because we're going well below where we need to be at the moment. Got to also, well, terrain oil works would be really handy to have, but only because according to the charts there is a slight, well, 1,000 feet of clearance for the ground for TEF. Will be alright. So it's not on the flyby level, Sunny, but it is very good. It's worth downloading. Flight from the centre to anywhere in under 3 hours. I mean, for standard Ryanair flights like London to Barcelona, London to Madrid, London to Porto, London to Berlin, London to Athens, that's about 2 hours 45, that's quite on the limits. Never to Athens, Motor Sim. It's a nice airport. The approach is pretty good as well, Sarah. Especially from the east. Very nice approach into Athens. Guess which region has slightly less resolution satellite imagery? Tasmania does. It doesn't look terrible, does it? It's green, it's clean, it's fancy, it's scenic. Right, 35 miles, 44. We're catching up with the altitude now. Back to a level we probably should be at. Compared to earlier on, we're like 20 miles well above. Almost there. Very almost there. Code for Athens, Lima Golf Alpha Victor, if I remember correctly. Lima Golf Alpha Victor. Chubby Fox welcome. Nice place so far, very comfy. So far so good. We started our descent, we'll be landing in about 10 minutes. I should get a decent view of Mount Wellington coming into Hobart, so we'll keep an eye out open for it. So it's going to be a very scenic approach, that's for sure. And it already looks fantastic from the right hand side there. And look at that, the hills, the mountains rolling into the horizon. This sim, honestly phenomenal. Not perfect, but it does so much right that you just can't take away from it, really. Cabin crew, thanks for that. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes. Is it 1022? Yeah, 1022 QNH.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin.
On the landing lights.
Your tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat limit. All Wi-Fi
27, 21. Ooh. No, that's fine. So we're ahead of schedule. Well, ahead of the altitude requirements. I think. Oh, no, no, do above it. Sorry, go back to all automatic. There we go. And use of speed brakes and decel. If you make a mistake, when you type a message, click on modify and cancel it. Modify, then cancel. Right, do yourself comfy. Less than 10 minutes to go now, Vexy. Less than 10 minutes. That's position 1. We're a little bit on the high side at the moment, but we can easily recover that. Not yet. Apply current heading. And let's continue descending our altitude. So we need to be at 2,300 by Hotel Bravo Tango Echo India. Aiden, thank you very much for the 5 Australian there. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Just had you on Volanta. You're such an amazing person, bro. Keep up what you're doing. Nice flight. Hope you had such a nice hope to play sometime. Cheers, Aiden. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for the donation there. You are a superstar. I will accept your Volanta request right now. There you go. I accept everyone on Volanta. If you got a Volanta, send me a friend request. I accept absolutely everyone. So yeah, the Apple's now behind us, but because we're a little bit on the high side in the altitude there, we're just going to fly a little bit further beyond and then kind of go back on ourselves for the approach. Yes, I've got Discord Sarah. Link is in the description. Right, so config, full flap standing, 134 approach speed, landing 129. Keep that on our back burn up. So what we'll do now is I'll make a right hand turn. We're passing now through 6,000, 543, so 4,000 to go, yeah, go on then. Right hand turn, heading probably about 340 at this point. Let me fly direct Hotel Bravo take from here and just stick it back on the heading mode. That'll prove the easiest way to do it. That's 2. I'm a little bit high on the initial pass of the intercept, but nothing flaps and spoilers can't help us with. And the gear down. Coming through 3,500 now, so actually doing alright for altitude, we are getting that. It's not an origin, it's where you start, Vexy. Your origin is where you start. Passing through 3,000. Right, we're good to go for the approach now. So we need to be sending at a rate of 3,000. Sorry, 3 degrees down for the approach. 3 degrees down on the approach. Then 300, 3 degrees down. So aircraft will level off to 2,300. Switch over to the where is it? There we go, vertical speed. Set it down to manually descend. Start for 2.5, increase it further down. This approach altitude is going to be 6,000. Runways and sights. Cabin crew, seats for landing please. Seats for landing. Check the cabin. Spoilers armed. Flaps full for landing. Goes out to 3 degrees down. Right. Now on short final. So confirm our altitude by hit TEF should be at 1340. We are passing through 1,500 now, so good for the altitude. Yeah, I'll pre-flight check on the blimmin' passenger comms there. Decrease that slightly again, back to 2.5.
$1,000.
1,000. Save the approach. So on the hand cam. Right, autopilot's off, final control. 2 red, 2 whites on the glide slope, so this is a perfect approach.
100 above.
Minimums continue.
500. 400. 300.
It's like 10 knot crosswind and facing right now, so we'll need to get some rudder into the very short fire knot.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Throttle and touchdown. Reverse is set. Hundred knots. $90 knots versus cuts. Just hold the brakes manually. Just take the runway on the left hand side. And have it. Well, to Hobart.
Gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 4:46 p.m. and it's
Spoilers down, flaps up.
degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile
Starts
devices
the APU.
until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Landing lights off, taxi lights set. Transponder comes off. Quickly announced on Unicom that we have vacated from the runway. There we have it. Not a bad day. Not bad at all. Till taxis to stand, APU starting up. As soon as it gets to deep gates, shut off the engines and bring our flights to an end. No worries, alright. You take care, dude, and have a good night. Don't forget we have got a replay as well to the landing, so don't go for the passenger replay view. How many FlyByWire sensitive Hasu, you can either configure the joystick on the EFB in its settings, or you can just turn on the Sims sensitivity for everything. So I've got Qantas Linker 717 already here at the airport, very nice. I think we'll go for the I'll go stand 6 just to our position, parking brake sets, turn off the taxi lights, I'm going to blind everyone in terminal. AP available, APB set. Engines off. And seatbelt signs off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hobart. The time right now is approximately 10 to... Yes. The most time now is 15 degrees centigrade, and clear skies all round. We thank you for flying with JetStar today. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us on board, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Camera crew, disarm doors and cross-check please. Thank you for flying with us today. There's no stairs at the station at the airport, so we're going to have to just pretend that they board up. Message to the cabin, say thank you for flying with us today. Turn off the flight directors, and there you have it. We've made it. And again, the scenery is not too bad actually. The Hobart scenery looks very, very good. We'll explore the internal interior since we've got a couple of minutes. We're nice and early today. Well, we're not nice and early. We're still late from the start of the flight, but it's actually not as late as I thought it would have been. So I will be happy with that. Trying to have a screenshot of both the Welcome to Hobart sign and the Qantas link in the background. The frame rate's not super great when I look towards the terminal, I must say. It's a detailed terminal, potentially needs a bit of time kind of configuring the settings a little bit, but very very detailed, very scenic that. I'll upload one last screenshot to Volanta. It does look rather good this. So yeah, we have got a replay, so if you want to see the landing from the passenger perspective, just stick around 2 more minutes and then we'll go through the view of that. Just crop the screenshots. And just upload it to your other Volanta as soon as it's finished saving on Photoshop. Right, let's have a look at the terminal, shall we? So this is Hobart. We'll just pop inside through the main doors. So I presume it's a shared kind of departure arrival lounge, so our passengers will arrive and disembark. Ooh, you got a little display there. So you've got a flight QF5720 to Sydney, you've got flights New Zealand Air to Melbourne, fair enough. You've got Qantas going to Melbourne and another Qantas to Melbourne. A couple of flights to Sydney. There's no JetStars here. Interesting. I'm sure JetStar operate this flight in real life, because they do. 712, so it's flight number. See Qantas Premium and Economy queues. It's a nice little detailed airport this, got full on interior going on. 6 gates, 6 stands. There's your security. There's your check-in desks. So yeah, you recognise JetStar inside check-in desks at least. There's your rental cars, Europe car, Budget, Hertz and Thrifty. Enterprise, Mighty, Avis and Maui. Skybus. It's not bad this airport. Very scenic. Frame rate maybe not the friendliest, but certainly not one to complain about that. And of course, if we look at the 717. What's this? I presume this is a private terminal? Yeah, I presume this is more of a... Oh no, I don't know. It's like a... yeah, it's kind of a private terminal hall bit that you can, I don't know, rent out or something. Like a travelling sports team or something. Yeah, 717, have a quick look at that. I do like my 717s. Flown it once from Venice to Catania with Volanta back when they operated them. A couple of ground cruisers and everything, very nice. Yeah, I hope one day that TFDi design will actually port their 717 Microsoft Flight Sim. It's unlikely, unfortunately, but never say never, I guess. But it's an aircraft I'd certainly love to see make its way into the world of Microsoft Flight Sim. Right, let's shut our aircraft down and let's look at the replay, shall we? So, flight deboarding is complete, so there are no more passengers on the aeroplane. All empty. So, menu, end of flights, JQ721 A320neo from Sydney to Hobart, 1 hour 36 flight time, plan departure was 11:10, depart 11:10, plan arrival 12:50, arrived at 12:46, 185 passengers, satisfaction 94%, landing rate 95, block time 1 hour and 46 minutes. Otherwise, all positive from the passengers, no complaints today. I'll drop the flight reports in chat, so you feel free to look at it in more detail via the link that will be there very shortly. We will disconnect from IVAO. Have some pretty decent AI coverage on the flight today, so that's always appreciated. I'm at work today, Unique, so I'm afraid the answer is no. I'm off to work. So I can't. Don't have time for it. Right. Load the replay and let us have a look at the landing from the passengers and external perspectives. Let me just silence alarms first. So look from the right hand side, since that's probably the more scenic approach over the bay. Passenger menus, PACX, Jaclotch, PACX by TFDi design. So nice and steady approach by that little bit of turbulence crosswind you have to fight for. Otherwise, it really affects the aircraft too much today. Over the beach, over the airport. It's a PACX replay. Your case? PACX. Yeah, pretty standard landing that. Pretty standard landing, can't complain from the passenger rights. Have a look from the left hand side. Again, got sort of the hilly terrain, the mountains in the background. Very pretty, this, very pretty. Yeah, we'll do main gear view as well, Chikov, don't you worry. We'll be doing landing gear views, don't you worry. Yeah, I'll put your standard landing nets. I'll look at from the tower view next. So this determined how good our sense line was as runway. I'm not doing plane spotting here either. I'm trying to find a speech from real life. Which plane's coming to land from here? Okay, so we're just beyond the main touchdown zone, but sense line recovery, pretty good on that. Pretty good indeed. Let's do landing gear view. Yeah, if I wasn't working this evening, I'd taken part in the Oceanic event, but unfortunately, work takes priority, and therefore I'm off to London later. We're doing a nice steady approach. A few minor wobbles keep the aircraft steady. And there's your touchdown. Do one more runway touchdown view. I'll do the camera. Bring the air up a couple of 100 feet. And just position it on the side of the runway. We'll bring back the world famous Drawyah cam. Here's Australia view of our aircraft coming in. And touchdown. Yeah, can't complain about that. Really, really happy with the landing. Really happy with that. So yeah, I guess that is now the end of the flight today. So that was Sydney. That was FlyTampa Sydney to NZA Simulations Hobart. That was the JetStar FlyByWire A32NX. That was Microsoft Flight Sim. That was IVAO for the traffic at start there, plus FlightControlReplay for replay, and I don't know, FlightControlReplay for the top bit. Not FlightControlReplay, sorry, that's FlyLive Studio. I don't know, what mods have I got on here? A whole bunch of mods for different scenarios, all in the description. Hope you enjoyed it. Do leave a like if you did enjoy the stream. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for taking part and watching in. Thank you for the donations, so too. Always appreciated. If you take part in the oceanic event, then happy if you're flying today. Do enjoy it. Yeah, other than that, I've now got to get ready to go to work, and I will see you all soon for some more flight sim action. Hopefully tomorrow for this plan. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Oh, enjoy your weekends too. Saturday, isn't it? Yes, Saturday. Enjoy your weekend.